Princess Jules has everything. A great plot, handsome men, and an awesome girl boss. So I finally caught up today with Princess Jules, and Lord have mercy, because what the hell is this webtoon? Because I've never come across a more insufferable female lead in my life, and the things she does, Jesus Christ, is so questionable. So let's rant about it. Princess Ariana wants to be the first empress of her kingdom, but in order to do this, she gets help of the 5 Jules, who are men that she collects of various status who help her in her journey to win the crown. So now that you guys know the vague plot, let's talk about what just did not work with this series. When I first started Princess Jules, I actually really liked the main female lead. I thought she was cool, and I thought it was like different to see like a female lead who's confident in herself and in her like sexuality, and I thought her being like sex positive was something new. But as I carried on reading, some of the choices and the way she acted towards some of the main male leads in the webtoon just had me rolling my eyes. Though the series start off showing Ariana as this perfect princess, it's clear as day that she's anything from that. Oftentimes she's seen objectifying her jewels, and it almost comes off as predatory at how much she uses the 5 men around her. And though it specifies that she wants them for their skill, it is evident that her main motive is to sleep with them, and that's what she does for a majority of the series. This is especially seen when it comes to characters such as Jade, who I think is the only one with common sense, but he's only kept within the jewel box so that he could help her, but at the end of the day, sleep with her. And she's waiting until that moment comes, and she says it in like some of the chapters, and it is so creepy to me. But if you think this treatment of Jade is bad, when it comes to some of the other men in this story, oh my goodness, it is completely different, and not in a good way. Because a majority of the male leads in this are just there for fan service. Also, don't even get me started on the anatomy of some of these characters, because why do they look like Samsung fridges? And I think the main problem with the character of Princess Ariana is that she's portrayed to be the strong, independent female lead, but honestly, she just comes across as creepy. She is just so weird, especially the treatment of one character, Nell. Why are you giving a black character a bell to wear around his neck? Like, are you mentally stable? And him and the brown character in this are treated like accessories compared to like their counterparts. Like, they're so hypersexualized to the point, and whenever they come within like the series, it's mainly to have sex with her. That's it. And it really goes to show the lack of social awareness from the author and artist, who I will get back to later, because I found out some things about the artist of the series, and I cannot say I was surprised, but still, I was surprised. And also, a side note, I go into like a little bit more depth on like the fetishization of people of color in manhwas. It's in my previous video, so if you guys want to check that out, please do. The other problem with Princess Ariana is that the thing she does just gets old so fast, because she has no character development within the series, because the author portrays her as this perfect character already, even though she's far from that. And this is seen when one of the characters threaten to assault her, and she calls him out on it, and she gives like a whole lecture of how you should not see women as objects. But Miss Girl is doing the same thing to the men around her. But guys, if the roles were reversed and the male characters pulled the same shit Ariana's pulling, trust, it would be a different story. But it gets worse, because Ariana uses this one character's wrongdoing to force his son, the character called Jade, to become one of her jewels, and it did not sit right with me. There is male obsessed, and then there's this woman, because basically every good looking guy she sees, she wants them as their toy. But God forbid they gain a few pounds, she wants nothing to do with them. And honestly, this whole webtoon just reeks pretty privilege. And then there's the whole essay arc of one of the jewels, and it's solved in such a terrible way in which the victim almost feels trapped and indebted to the female lead for her services. And it just pisses me off, because what the actual frick? Nothing about the jewels actually matter in this series, because everything revolves around Princess Ariana. And I think like the author tried to build up like this cool independent character and tried to bring in heavy topics, but it just falls through, because at the end of the day, Ariana is the main focus instead of like the main story itself. Now now on to the controversy of the artists of Princess Jules. So it turns out they have been drawing CP with underage characters, and minors have been involved in this, and I feel like she had been like distributing it to like minors or something like that. So ever since that came out, the series has not been updated. All in all, everything about the series is just messed up. In conclusion, the series, in my humble opinion, just feels very antagonizing, especially the title. And I feel like the female lead uses her power to manipulate the men around her. And this series just gives harems an even worse name. And honestly, the fat shaming of the fiance in one episode was actually diabolical. And I want to hear your opinions on the series, because I feel like this is one of the few trashy female leads I came across on Webtoons. Also, guys, in the comment section, please tell me any Webtoons that started off like proper good, but the ending was just horrible, because I want to check it out and like make a video on it. Well, guys, that's it for my video this week. I know this has been a bit later compared to all my videos, but I genuinely hope you guys like this video. I want to hear your opinions on this manhwa. And if you guys haven't read it, well, I don't want to make you guys go through that, because the story itself is quite mediocre. The art in some panels is pretty. But with that, guys, I'll see you all next week. Love you all. Stay safe and toodles.